actually, we could probably go back to an intermission. You can probably see the links on chat and stuff like that. Doesn't look like they stay there very long, but that's okay. We're getting things going. So, all right, let's kind of dive in and see what tactics look like today. We're going to go through a number of them. We are changed to volume 2. Let's take a look. Where are we at? We are in difficulty level 20 and volume 2. These, I don't think you guys can see it because I have it cropped out, but these are 1400 level puzzles right now. So the idea is to solve 40 of these a day right now. We've entered circle 2. So for the next month, which is pretty much until 10/10, so October 10th, we are going to be doing 40 problems a day and getting through our 1200 problems, 1194 to be exact. But for those of you that can't see it, oh, that's not what I want to move. Apologies. Let's move that there. We want to move this. You can see I'm a little bit behind today. I'm working on the 16th, and as I'm streaming this, it actually is the 18th, so I have a little bit of catch up to do. This weekend was busy for me, so I'm not getting every day in like I like to. I got to work on that. I got to get a little bit better, but we're working on that. So let's dive in and see if we can get through these 40 problems. And then we'll start hitting up some rapid games. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so what do we need to do here? It says play for the win. So their queen's coming down. Do we do something like this? Yeah, that didn't work the way I was expecting it to. I think this is the option here. There we go. Oh, that's another thing I should do. I should probably post this out to Twitter as well, because I do have some followers there, and they might want to know. No. Oh, geez. We will get to the next one in a second. Yeah, I've totally done this wrong, and now I'm a little bit distracted. So let me finish this puzzle. Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's go to Twitter. Nope, that's not what I want to go out to. There. Sorry, I'm a little disjointed this morning. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's going. Everything seems to be working now. Okay, apologies for that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Sorry, slow start, but we're getting things moving along. Okay, so I think here. That looks good. So some of these are a little bit easier. If they're not easy for you, that's okay. That's why we're going through some of these things. They are a little bit harder to do for some people, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Do we go this way or this way? Nope, that was a mistake. Didn't see the rook, totally missed that. Okay. Here we go, and then we win the queen. I was looking for checkmate. I should have looked here where it says decisive advantage, but I was looking for checkmate, decisive advantage. So white to move, or black to move, decisive advantage. Okay. So the checkmating square is here on G1. We have to figure out how to remove the defender, which is this guy. We can do that and that. There we go. We got that one figured out. So that went really fast. So let's take a look at it a little bit more. So we removed the defender with check. We need to open up the lines for our bishop. And he comes down, takes that, and gives us that open bishop line. We can take back with the rook, opening lines for the rook. And now it's a matter of just kind of positioning the king where you need it to be and getting more pieces. So now if you see, we are up a rook and a bishop, and this is a huge advantage, which is really great. So, okay, next one. All right, decisive advantage. So we have some serious threats. Frank, there's checkmating deals here. So we need to really open things up pretty quickly. Okay. So that's one variation. He takes there. Here. And we got it. Perfect. So the idea is he can't take, if he takes the queen, we get their queen, and this is kind of how it's went anyways. So we've stopped the threat of checkmate, and now we will be up a full piece, and this should be an easy endgame, or an easier endgame. Endgames are still hard. So okay, play for advantage. So what we want to look at first is checks, and then captures and threats. So rook takes rook on d1 is a check, but he can take back with the rook, and that's just a simple trade of rooks. But what opens up? The d4 square opens, and I'm not sure after that. Oh, hang on, my dogs are wanting to go outside. Oh, okay. Probably saw my slippies. My feet get cold as my office is in my basement. Okay, I feel like that's a place to start, but yeah, just what I thought. It's just a trade of rooks. It doesn't really do anything. Do we do something like so? No, that doesn't seem to work either. This is the idea. Oh, that way. Okay, so right, we're in check. I don't like that variation at all. Here we go. Oh, now we're up in exchange. So that's tough to see. It's a 4-move combination. And this is quite a bit to calculate because there's a lot of different lines here. So idea being that we're attacking this rook twice. This rook on d4. So he's trying to block, so we can't take it. We're just going to move out of the way because we want to keep that bishop, because if we take it, they take with discovery, and then that's checkmate. Really not good. So he takes back, we take back. he cannot take here because he'd be in check. Make sense? So he has to take back with this, and then we win the rook. And that's how we're up the exchange. So black is winning here. It's still a game. It's still a fight for sure, but there's definitely an advantage compared to what there used to be. Okay. So, decisive advantage. There's a check on d1, but that's guarded by the bishop. I'm not seeing the way forward. The queen is pinned, or the rook is pinned because it's pinned to the queen. What am I missing here? Does that work? I don't believe it does. No. All right, let's just take, now what? That doesn't work either. Oh. Okay. I'll push the pawn to confuse the queen. Take, take, take. Yeah, we did poorly on that one. That's okay. This is a tricky one. Hits the queen. Offers up a queen trade. Wins the exchange. Okay. So it does win an exchange, which is good. Okay. Decisive advantage. Okay. So there's a check there. I feel like that's the first. This is probably a decent place to start. Just like. Not quite. Maybe it's this way. So order of operations was the way here. So the king is kind of backed up, and it only really has white squares to move to. So this is the only square the king can move to. So knowing that, you know that it has to be something related to the white bishop or the queen. You can kind of figure that out just by looking at it pretty quickly. It may not be easy to see, but and this takes practice. That's why we're doing these. So coming here is a way to remove the defender of the queen, but you have to defend it anyways, because if you don't, now there's only two squares the king could move to, and now you have them both attack. So he has to block with the queen, and then you get that. So you can actually win more material here because they have to do something with their pieces, and you're going to get this discovery of check no matter what, and then win probably another piece, which is really good. All right, next one. Mate in 4. Okay, so typically when it's a mate in 4, actually, and we have a mate in 1, potentially a mate in 1 based on whether or not our queen moves. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to put him in check. So the idea is, do we put him in check with the queen, the bishop, or the rook first? Let's try the queen. And now the rook, and then here and here. So that one made a lot of sense. Attack the king first. The king has to move back because the bishop is connecting this. Otherwise, if he moves in front of it, we just take his rook and then we win a rook. And it's still check. He still has the same issue. So, Okay. All right. So I figured this one out. You guys, if you can't see it, pause and take a look. But this is one of those kind of smothered mates, a type of smothered mate. Um, a lot of times you have to be careful because if they got to move, this is checkmate. So, and this is also, oh, well, if the rooks weren't there. But yeah, this is checkmate. So if you remove a defender of this piece here, so that's a good indicator that every move after that has to be check. Otherwise, if they get a free move, you're checkmated. So, okay, mate in 2. It's kind of another smothered mate type. Play for the win. No, it doesn't like that. So that removes the defender. But that's not the idea. The idea here is this way. Either way works. Those both work. With the queen first or the rook first, it's still protected by the bishop, so it's a checkmate either way. Okay, decisive advantage. Black to move. I feel like this is a good place to start. No, it doesn't like that. So maybe this way first, because this is checkmate. And that way works too. Oh, take the knight. So there we go. He can't take back because that opens up the rooks to the king. I missed it at first glance, but makes sense now. So again, if you are joining us or you're watching this after I post it for YouTube, please make sure to like and share. It really helps me out. Try to get the videos to see as many people and share with as many people as you can. It really helps me out. We want to build a really good community here, so it's really great to see everybody. Make sure to check out my Twitter and my YouTube and my Twitch channel, along with my Discord. There is a Discord, so you can have access to speaking with me directly. I'm happy to help analyze games and all kinds of things. So if you are watching this after the fact, please consider doing some of those things. It would really help me out. Thank you. All right, let's move on to the next one. 7 circles. So, all right, play for the win. We are with the white pieces. Okay. There we go. Very good. That one made a lot of sense. Move the queen from the attacking square. There we go. Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna go get my dogs. Go back to this. Be right back. back to the tactics. Oh, I went to the wrong screen. So I also have a be right back screen. So it should show my recent followers, donators, top cheers, and recent subscribers. So I'm excited to see how that starts working once we get some more people here, which will be really nice. But all right, let's get back to the tactics. We're almost halfway through what I want to do today. Okay. I think it's a matter of this way. Mate and 2. Yep. I didn't even see that it was a mate and 2. Just kind of saw the pattern and recognized it. That's the whole idea for doing these tactical problems, is to build pattern recognition, so you can identify these things quicker and be able to, one, not only identify them when you come across them over the board, but to help find yourself in some of these positions where you can try to set up these tactics, which is really extremely helpful. Okay, mate and 2. Oh, this way? Yeah, there we go. On to the next thing. All right, checkmate. Oh, we can't move there because that's pinned. Is it like this? Okay, perfect. All right. Mate in 2. Oh, we can't do that because of that guy. All right. Play for the win. Don't really see a way. Is it this way? Oh, I see. Oh, he can remove the defender. So he can remove the defender because he has this bishop here to attack the rook. If we take the queen, it's checkmate. So we have to be careful of that. So I believe this is the... Nope, it doesn't like that either. So we have to distract this bishop, or this bishop somehow. I can't do that either. Is it like this? No, I feel like that's just bad. This way? Nope. Oh, that way. There we go. Now we can't stop it. Yeah, I did very poorly on that one. A 1 out of 20. I didn't understand this one. So the idea being, this is check. He has to take back with the queen, right? Or he has to take the queen with the bishop, which removes the defender from this spot. So if he takes here, we can just take the queen back. And now he can't stop this. Doesn't matter the next move. The next move is checkmate. So, okay, cool. All right, next one. Mate in 3. Two, 3. Okay. So some of these are difficult and some of these are much easier. No, it doesn't like it that way. How about this way? Nope. Oh, this way. There we go. Okay, that one's pretty good. All right, 18 to go. If people are here and want to do some more, otherwise we'll get into doing some rapid games. Okay, play for the win. All right. Oh, I totally missed the bishop here, but that's much easier. Okay. Decisive advantage. I feel this pin is a good thing to have. No? So it wants me to go this way instead? No, it doesn't like that either. Oh, this way. I see. Forking the king and the queen. Yep. Okay. All right. Decisive advantage. Okay. Ah, here we go. Attacking the queen. Queen takes the rook. You take the bishop, forking the knight. The knight's forking the king and the queen. Win the queen. Decisive advantage. This is another one of those. Find the best continuation. Definition of a royal fork. Play for the win. Okay. At any time, if we're going through these, pause and then try to figure them out on your own. I know I'm kind of going through these quickly, and I'm only explaining a few of them. The ones that I'm explaining are ones that I don't quite understand, so I can kind of get through the pattern recognition. For you guys, pause the video and then take a look for your own training. So this is part of my training, so you're actually getting to see it firsthand, some of these problems, so I think they're important to do. play for the advantage. Black to move. I think this is not that way. This way. No. Oh, because the queen is pinned, or the pawn is pinned to the knight, or the king. That's a tough one to see. He can't take with the pawn because the king is stuck. But so part of my problem with this is that the king doesn't have to take this. Some of these tactics are kind of not awesome because he could castle here, pretending that castling rights are still a thing. You don't know that, but he could castle here and be okay. You would go down a knight instead, but I mean, tactics are tough, so this is play for an advantage. He could castle here and you could still get the advantage. So, I don't know. Some of these are a little wonky. They're not all amazing. Some of them are really good, but the one thing's clear is they definitely will help with pattern recognition for sure. So, does this one make sense? You can't take the rook, or you can't take the knight because he's pinned, so he's in check, and then you win the queen on the next move. 10 more. Let's take a look. Doesn't like that move. Okay. Wants to go that way. That one's tricky. Okay, let's close that. All right. Number 32, play for the win. So we have to be careful because this is a checkmating square and we're only protected by 2 pieces right now, so no, that can't work. Oh. But why would you take because of this move. Couldn't you block? Guess you lose the queen. Yeah, if you take, then what? There it is. That's the part that I wasn't seeing. Sometimes it doesn't give you the full deal, and you gotta get the next ones through. That's okay. I'd rather understand it and get it wrong, or get it wrong and then go back and understand it than not understand it. That's the whole idea for this. It's okay to get them wrong. It's a matter of getting an understanding of them, so that way the next time you see the problem, that you might be able to remember it that much more quickly. Decisive advantage. Take. Doesn't like that. What about this way? No, it doesn't like that scenario either. This is one of those really long and complex ones. So backwards. And then this way. Oh, check and get the queen. That's why. See, these are hard. These are the hardest ones for me, myself, to see. When there's pieces all lumped up together, there's usually, not usually, but there are tactics. But the idea of moving a rook backwards to take a piece so you open the square up to then move to have a discovery, these are the hardest things for me to see. They're so hard. My brain just hasn't figured out, oh, I can remove this guy so he comes here and then I get the queen. These are tough to see. That's why you practice these. So I try to go through these patterns a couple of times. I've always struggled with these types of ones that are in a little bit more closed scenarios, but really hard, really good to see though. Good tactics. Okay, find the best continuation. This looks like pretty normal position that you might find yourself in. There's a lot of pins. Okay, we figured that one out. Based on, sometimes you can figure them out based on the last tactic, because the idea was to move a pawn so you could push and attack the queen. Whenever you have a pawn near a queen, you should be thinking of those types of things. So that's why this worked. I did see this pin, which kind of concerned me, but then when I saw the idea of taking and then pushing, I figured it wasn't that big of a deal. And now if you do the piece count, he'll take here. It's a queen, a rook, and a knight for a queen, a rook, and a bishop. And we're most likely going to win this pawn and potentially this pawn pretty fast. And the bishop should be better than the knight in the endgame. So, especially since this is an open position. If this was all locked and closed, the knight might perform better than the bishop. So that's something to consider about positionally. Not necessarily tactically, but definitely positionally and endgame wise. Okay, play for the advantage. Looks like it's black to move. There's some pieces coming in. Do we do a check first? Yeah. It doesn't like that, but well, it does like that. But king is smart and moves. Then we win the rook. If it doesn't move, we get this discovered check. Well, not really a check, but then we're gonna get this and then win the rook. Otherwise, we just win the queen straight up, which is really great. Should go on to an easy win. All right, number 36. Checkmate. Okay. This one I kind of understand. I'm used to these types of positions, so it's a discovery. You have an open rook line, and the checkmating square is h8. So all you have to do is open up the pawn. King is forced to take. If not, and it runs away, you've just won a pawn, which is perfectly fine too. But if he moves here, then you're going to put them in check and win the rook. So it's a huge advantage if it's not checkmate, and then he's going to go on to have a difficult game after you take the rook. Very good. I think this is a similar setup. Yeah. Mate in 3, black to move. This way? No. Doesn't like that way either. Oh, because he can't move here. I see. Get the king out of the corner. If it goes back in the corner, it's still checkmate. Doesn't matter. Play for the win. So there's a checkmate here if the queen ever moves. All right. Task number 40. We've done it. We made it, people. All right. Oh, that bishop's protecting that square. I think let's do this first and then do this. Yeah. All right. Very good. Let's close that out. Nope. That application likes to die all the time. So let's go to the game board. And let's play some games.